chilling out with the crew in the school, yeah. We're coming at you guys with the brand new meta killer for the 2024 format. We're gonna be playing Elemental Heroes today. Malicious is at 3, ladies and gents. I'm not even gonna cap. This deck did get a little bit better. I can't wait to showcase you guys the correct way to send all your opponents to the Shadow Realm with this brand new hero deck for the 2024 format post new ban list. Without further ado, it's time for Malicious 3. Let's begin. In today's deck profile, I'm going to showcase you guys the card by card and the reasons behind some of the cards I'm playing for this specific format. And last but not least, showcase you guys some bread and butter combos you guys must know when it comes to playing this brand new hero deck for the 2024 format. Before we get started with today's deck profile, this video is powered by Supreme Pro. Ladies and gents, be sure to visit tx1.com to get your Supreme Pro bundles today, and be sure to use the coupon code PAC10 or Potato10 for 10% off the entire website. Get your sleeves today. These are the sleeves that I'm using for all my deck profiles right now, the pinks. Another quick announcement, I'll be live streaming on Whatnot on May the 24th at 6 p.m. EST, cracking Rarity Collection number 2. Guys, come on out and just chill with the boy, and you guys can have a chance to win some free goodies by just tuning in into my Whatnot live on Whatnot. I'll leave a link in the description box below for you guys to check that out. Be sure to bookmark my show. You see that show? Bookmark it, and I got something special for you. This right here is $15 just for you. All you guys gotta do to get $15 on Whatnot is sign up for absolutely free using my Whatnot link in the top of the description box below. Sign up, follow me, and you guys will get $15 credit added to your account. That's $15 to spend on whatever you guys want on Whatnot. And you guys, May 24th, 6 p.m. EST. I'll catch you guys on Whatnot. Guys, start with a monster real quick. You're gonna play 3 Elemental Hero Stratos. This card is absolutely amazing. He's basically a 1.5 card starter. Like, 1 Stratos with any hero discard gives you full combo into your DPE Dark Law, your Wake Up Hero plays. It's just absolutely insane. So Stratos is really important. You must maximize someone playing 3 copies, and a secondary ability, being able to get rid of back row, is also really important as well. So you can also get away with playing 2, but I personally like playing 3 copies of Elemental Hero Stratos. Next off, you're playing the 1 Liquid Soldier. Draw 2, discard 1, and also is a reborn whenever this card is normal summon, which is absolutely insane. The 1 Shadow Mist, 1 is all you need. You don't need multiple copies of Shadow Mist in the deck. You can always send it to the graveyard using cards like Vion to search, using Shadow Mist's ability. And it's also really good with a hero lives, being able to summon it from the deck, or tutoring out off Wake Up Hero to search a mass change during the end phase is absolutely insane. So Shadow Mist is just really strong for that. Only 1 copy is needed. And the last hero that I'm playing in the deck is the 1 Elemental Hero Niels. Absolutely amazing. Helps you get access to Shining Niels Wingman, which is really strong as additional interruptions that you can have access to alongside your end board of, you know, Dark Law, DPE, or sometimes even Plasma, which is really great against Tenpai right now. So that's pretty much it for your hero lineup. Off to your, of course, your Vision Hero package. 3 copies of Ferris, absolutely mandatory. You know, with the addition of 3 Malicious as an additional extender that you have access to in the deck, like having Ferris and Malicious is obviously the best 2-card combo in the deck in my personal opinion. And alongside Mass Change, you can easily play around hand traps really easily in this deck. So you must maximize on playing 3 copies in any hero-based deck. Next off, you're playing 2 Vision Hero Vion. You can opt to play 3 if you guys would like, but you know, 2 works really well for me. And last but not least, I'm playing 2 Vision Hero Increase. I went back and forth between 2 and 1, but like there's not a lot of ways to shuffle this card back into your deck. You know, in your early combos, I guess. You know what I'm saying? So drawing the 1 alongside your combo just becomes really inconvenient. Yes, you can obviously play if you open up with Increase, but it's like, it just shuts down basically half your combos. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I like playing 2 Increase. The chance of you drawing 2 Increase in the same opening hand is like very, very unlikely. But obviously, if you draw 1 and you draw Ferris, like it's really kind of like awkward to combo off. That's why I still opt to play 2 copies of Vision Hero Increase. It's like kind of like the Garnet of the deck, obviously, but it's still like if you open up with Increase and Stratos, it's still full combo, right? Like whereas if you play 1 Increase and you open up Increase Stratos, like your combo becomes really like weak, and it also shuts down half of your Ferris engine, right? Which is really inconvenient for you to have. So obviously, still 2 Increase is great, 2 Vion and 3 Ferris. Off to your D Hero engine, a 1 Plasma. You can play Plasma and also Dark Angel, but Dark Angel isn't really good because everybody's still playing Anima. They can still link your Dark Angel away into Anima. It's only really good if you open up a Rivalry. Obviously, if you side deck Rivalry, it becomes really nice. Plasma is just so much better in this format, especially against Tenpai. Tenpai can't out this card unless they draw, of course, Droplet or Imperm. Basically, every card gets outed by Droplet Imperm, right? But if you open up Plasma, you know, and you summon this against Tenpai Dragon deck, like, it's basically like a skill drain that it's really hard to out, right? So Plasma is just absolutely insane for your D heroes. the one Denier, aka the fourth Delicious, and of course 3 copies of a Destiny hero, Malicious Delicious. This card is absolutely insane. Obviously, if you draw 2, it's kind of unfortunate. If you draw 2, like it's like essentially playing 2 Mallies. You still have access to Denier. If obviously draw 3, then it gets really unfortunate, obviously. But other than that, like with Denier and 3 Malicious, you basically have 4 Malicious in the deck. With the addition, this card being a 3 makes the deck a bit stronger. The deck still does the exact same things, but the only difference is that throughout testing, you just have better follow-up, and you basically have an additional extender through certain scenarios or certain situations that you are dealt with, right? So like it just regardless gives you a better follow-up play, and also on top of that gives you an additional extender to extend through more hand traps, which is actually really convenient, right? So obviously this card being at 3 kind of like benefit tier elements or other like rank 6 base deck more often than it does benefit heroes. You can still get away with you know, 2 Malicious, but still like having 4 Malicious in the deck, just great extenders and great follow-ups that you have access to in the deck right here now with 3 Malicious. So only downside is that seeing multiple Malicious in your hand is kind of like L, obviously, you know what I'm saying, but you still have Denier to just, you know, fix that issue. You know, but obviously with 3 Malicious, you have more chance of seeing Malicious Ferris now, obviously, which is the best 2-card combo in the deck in my personal opinion. So that's pretty much it for your D heroes. Now off to your spells. Obviously 3 copies of Hero Lives, the best starter in the entire deck for sure. Obviously for going, you know, obviously for time purposes, you obviously slide this card out. You don't want to just lose the time with a Hero Lives, but this card's like a 1-card starter as well, which is absolutely amazing. Also helps you get access to Mass Change pretty early on, which is pretty nice. So Hero Lives is nice. Next off, of course, triple copies of FD, Fusion Destiny. You need to maximize from playing 3 copies of Fusion Destiny. This card is absolutely powerful. So good. Card's insane. You guys all know how good Fusion Destiny is. Next, I decided to play 3 Mass Change. Last format, I believe I played 2 copies, but now with the addition of Malicious at 3, I think Mass Change becomes a bit better, especially with Ferris. Like if you start off with like Ferris, ditching a card, activate Ferris, it eats a hand trap right away, right? Because like one of the best cards to imperm is the Ferris. And if you play 1 copy of this, it's kind of like, this card is kind of like the Gruesome Grave Squirmer and also Shavara for Unchained and for Yubels, right? It's just like, helps you dodge hand traps. Like, if you go Ferris effect, and they change like imperm, that sometimes can stop your plays, right? And you can just go mass change, you know, you go mass change, they lose a hand trap and you make Dark Law, right? That means it protects you from Droll, Veiler, Mourner for the rest of the turn, which is absolutely insane. And in this format, Veiler, Mourner, imperm, like that's 9 less copies of cards you have to worry about if you open up with mass change. And also on top of that, Ferris within itself eats a hand trap. So not only are they wasting a card, but any other potential hand traps that they do have in hand that rely on using the graveyard, like Droll, Veiler, Mourner, like it basically all becomes dead cards, right? So Mass Change helps you play around that, which is amazing. So I love this card at 3. In this specific format, I think it's really powerful, especially in a hand trap-ish format. Miracle and Poly round off for your fusion spells. Not off your consistency cards, they both do the same things. Rhoda, such as Stratos or any other level 4 hero monster from deck to hand. And also the Foolish Burial. This card can dump Shadow Mist, search any card to your liking. This dumps Malicious, dumps Denier, literally dumps your entire deck. So it's like, this is like one of the best search cards in the deck in my personal opinion as well, alongside Reinforced in the army. And last but not least, for Engine, you're playing the one favorite Contact. Obviously you have to play this. One of the best trap cards in the deck to help you gain additional disruptions alongside your end board. And this is why like this deck doesn't lose to Nib, you know, it doesn't lose to Nib at all, because early in your combo, you're still guaranteed a Shiny Neil's Wingman. If they nib you early enough, you have extenders to extend through that. If they nib you late enough, it doesn't matter, because you still have DP, Wake Up Hero, just chain onto that, and you end on the same thing anyways, right? Next off, for your non-engine, I'm playing a total of 9. These can be interchangeable, but I feel like board breaking is just so much better in this deck over hand traps. So I decided to actually let my opponent make the board. Sure, make the board and I'll break it, basically. So Droplet is just insane. In Heroes, I think this card's great. It's not as great as it is going first than it is going second, because obviously going second you break the boards, but going first at least you can set it and just use it as additional disruption, right? Like playing TTT, triple tactics, talents, card's really strong. If they hand trap you, like if you go, if obviously like you're asking, like you have a god hand, or like Ferris, like tactics, mass change, you discard a card, summon Ferris, activate effective chain Veiler, you chain mass change into Dark Law, and then on red, and then you activate talents, right? Rip a card out of their hand, look at their hand. Like, they're not winning that duel if you're going to be able to look at their hand and just rip the potential nib out of their hand and stuff like that, which is really good. So tactics is just really great. Going second helps. Board breaking becomes a bit easier as well, alongside with Droplet. So it has like dual functionality. This card is just insane. Thrust is also really good in this deck. Thrust searches talents And also Thrust searches what? It searches your entire deck. Searches FD, searches Fusion Destiny, searches Hero Lives for going first. Thrust is just really, really great, right? So like Thrust is really good. Searches Fusion Destiny, searches Hero Lives. Same reason as Branded Fusion. Obviously, when you thrust, you can search Branded Fusion. For the second, you can thrust, you can search Fusion Destiny, which is really strong. Thrust can also search Tactics to take going second, which is really strong. It just helps get access to more of your board breaker engines, right? So Thrust is really nice. And last but not least, Call by the Grave, just to deal with hand traps going first. This card's amazing. So I have a total of 41 cards in the deck. Maybe like I might play like a card to search off Thrust going first, but but I feel like that just attributes to more bricks in the deck. I'm already playing 41. You can obviously go up to 43 in Heroes, I believe, like comfortably, like which doesn't really consistency much. But who knows? Let me know what do you guys think about these like Thrusts. Like maybe I can put in like, I don't know, maybe Imperm, I guess, could be awesome. Maybe I made like a D barrier. I'm not too sure, but Thrust is just pretty neat. Getting Tactics going second. Like I'd rather board break going second than have a bunch of hand traps than to prevent your opponent from making a board, because going first, this deck is already good at establishing a board and also playing through hand traps. Of course, Mass Change and Ferris and playing through Nib and stuff like that. So I like to have Thrust. I feel like it's just a bit better going second. All right, guys, off to the extra deck. Start with the Mask Heroes 2 Dark Law. Absolutely insane. It shuts down the entire meta. Obviously, it doesn't really work really good against Tenpai, but against Tenpai, you just basically make Plasma. But Dark Law is just really great to insulate you from hand traps like Veiler, Mourner, Droll, right? Which is really good. Next, the one Mask Hero Blast. Really good to help, you know, Stratos drop, to help Stratos dodge cards like Imperm and also Veiler, which is really nice. So these are the 3 Mask Heroes I'm playing. Obviously, the Wake Up Your Elemental Hero, absolutely amazing. Sunrise, Wingman, Infernal Rage, Shining Neil's Wingman, and Absolute Zero. Standard hero engine right here. Next, for your Destiny Hero, DPE, and also Dystopia. If you're playing on a competitive level, I feel like you should play Dystopia. Really good to just burn damage for time and stuff like that, which is really nice. Dystopia is good, and obviously DPE is DPE. You know what I'm saying? And next off your extra deck, of course, the one Wonder Driver, Dread Decimator right here in front of the visor, and last but not least, 2 extra hero Cross Crusader, trying out for all the cards that you're playing the extra deck. Yo, what you guys? Let me know when this card is gonna come to QCR, man. Like, what's going on? Konami, you slacking on this? Like, what's going on, bro? Like, we need this QCR, or at least like an OTS Super or something, bro. Like, it's been too long, bro. This thing came out in Dane, Dark Neostorm. Like, how long ago was that? That was like 7 years ago? Well, that's insane, bro. All right, guys, that's pretty much for the deck profile. Let's go on with some of the bread and butter combos that you guys must know when it comes to playing heroes right here. In today's combo, I'll showcase you guys an important combo that you guys must know, how to play around certain hand traps, and like kind of like take you guys through my thought process on why I decided to go for certain routes. If I'm wrong, you guys can correct me. And if you guys want to see more in-depth combos, there are so many great other hero channels out there for you guys to check out, like Jaden BR. There's J Hero YG or J Hero Phoenix. And I also found a new YouTube channel which focuses on heroes as well. His name is Blake Hero, and he has like a very like in-depth combo guide for all the hero combos with 3 malicious. So you guys can check that out in the link in the description box below and subscribe to him and all the other channels I listed. But before we begin, make sure you guys get your SP pinks in the link down below at tx1.com. Ladies and look at that. Holy smokes. Like, card glide is just insane. Holy smokes. Be sure to use the code POC10 or Potato10 for 10% off your entire orders as well. So guys, get the best sleeves in the entire world. So first and foremost, I'm gonna showcase you guys the 2-card combo. It's gonna be Stratos and also Increase. It's like a 1.5. It's like Stratos with any hero gives you this, but Stratos with Ferris and Stratos with Malicious just ends you on a better board. Those are just like the ultimate combo cards, but I'm gonna give you guys like the worst scenario, and in this case you guys can just hear my thought process on why I decided to go through these combo lines in this certain way, so you guys can understand why I'm doing certain things that's different from the traditional way to play heroes. So first and foremost, this is really strong. We're gonna start off with Stratos, activate Stratos effect. Obviously, like, you can never play through like hands with just like 2 cards. You know, obviously, like, all the other 3 cards matter in your hand, but in this case, I'm showcasing you guys like what I believe is just like the best route for this specific scenario, right? And this is also a good video for those of you who has never played against heroes at all, because I'm gonna explain you guys the choke points of this deck right here. So first and foremost, you go set Increase, summon Ferris, effect Ferris. You're gonna send, of course, right here, Increase. If they don't stop Stratos, that means they're waiting to stop Ferris. If they don't stop Ferris, they don't have anything, because Ferris and Stratos is like, these are just like the best choke points. Like, it's the best starter on the entire deck. So, and so is Ferris. So more likely, if they let Stratos go through and they don't stop Ferris, which doesn't make sense, they probably don't have anything, right? Or they probably just have Nib. Once Ferris resolves, you know, you can go activate Increase, tribute Ferris, summon Ferris, activate increases effect. This is also a choke point as well. If you tribute Ferris, the Veiler, they increase. This, they get punished with mass change. That's why mass change is so good at 3. Right? But regardless, you want to use increased ability right here. To special summon, of course, the Vion directly from the deck. So you summon Vion right here. You're going to activate Vion's effect. You're going to dump Malicious to the grave. And then using Vion's secondary ability right here, you are going to banish the Ferris from the grave. Right here. I'll put this right here. Glare is kind of insane. Okay. To search the polymerization directly from the deck to the hand. So, search poly. So this right here, guys, is 4 summons. Okay. So traditionally, what people like to do, I'll be honest, they go these two into cross, right? And then cross effect, summon Mali, then tribute Mali, search denier. Like standard plays, which is fine. But what's the issue with that? All right. So like this is the choke point for heroes, guys. If they're starting off with this way and they have no other extenders in their hand, which is like kind of like very unlikely. Hear me out. If you go this, right? This is the 5th summon, right? This is the 5th summon. If they nib you here, they nib you here, right? They have to nib you here. This is the best. I honestly think is the best way to nib. Is right here, because waiting to the end doesn't make sense to nib, because nibbing this way as a non-hero player, you basically put them on. You better have it. Like, you better have the additional heroes. You better have the additional ways to play through this. Right? So they nib you here. You get a nib token, and if you have no other cards in your hand, all they have is malicious in the grave to banish, summon itself, summon malicious. And they need any other hero in their hand. Like they need other, let's say 2 heroes, or like another, like for example, if they open up with denier, yes, they can play through it, because denier this make DP, denier malicious things still combo off that way, right? Which is obviously you put them on, you better have it, and that's honestly my personal opinion as playing against a hero player is the best way to nib, because if they don't have any other heroes in hand, like for example, to make DP, they have to have another D hero in hand to make DP, right? This way, with polymerization, other than this being on the field, it locks them to everything. They can't make Infernal Rage unless they have 2 heroes with different attributes. Yes, they can make Sunrise if they have another hero monster. Yes, like you can go polymerization. Like they can only make Sunrise if they have another hero monster with the different attributes than Mali to make Sunrise, for them to continue to combo off. This is just the best way to nib, in my personal, because like the other 3 cards in the hand, like with polymerization, it just requires so many different factors, right? Instead of just waiting to nib at the end. Like nibbing at the end does not do anything. Like it doesn't guarantee anything, right? And obviously as a hero player, if they nib you here, which is obviously I believe is the correct way, it just depends on your hand on how you can adjust to this current situation, right? It just depends on your hand. But this is like, if you have nothing else, this is your end board. Like as a hero player, yes, you might have mass change to this. Yeah, you have Dark Law. Still, it's still not bad. But that's why you play 3 mass change to at least guarantee a Dark Law through nib or something like that, which is still not the worst, but it's still at least something, right? If you get nib this way. So I believe it's just the best way to nib is just like right here, in my personal opinion. You guys correct me if I'm wrong. But this puts the hero player on. You better have it, bro. You better have like that extra hero monster, that extra D hero monster to make DP. You better have the extra 2 different hero attributes to make Infernal Rage. Like it just so many different factors, right? Like this is just the best way to nib. All right, best way to nib if you're play against heroes. All right, guys, if you're watching this video, what's the alternative line here? Like instead, like what's the best alternative line here? So obviously we had this. Stratos, and obviously Vion here, if an increase here, right? I believe that's the play. So this is the 4th summon, right? This is the 4th summon. Okay, I believe the best alternative line right here, right now, to guarantee through everything, to give you the most probability of playing, is using these 2 right here. All right, to make in front of the visor. To make this, right? It's a 5th summon. If on 5th summon, it's fine. It's fine, bro. Like, it's fine. On 5th summon, it's a trigger effect. So when it's summoned, it gets to use the effect. You reveal Neos, okay? This adding your Neos to your hand, right? If they nib you here, it's fine. It's fine. Watch. If they nib you here, it's completely fine. Now it gives you like more chances to help you get access to Infernal Rage, right? Because like the other route required just so many other factors to make DP. Like, okay, you need another D hero, or you want to make your Infernal Rage, you need 2 more cards. Whereas this line guarantees you having Neos in your hand already, right? Help you get access to Infernal Rage. So any other hero monster will help you get access to Infernal Rage, right? Which is insane. So this line also right here gets you at least like a DP here, right? Here at least gets you like here. Like if you want to make DPE, you know, and if you have another mass change, you can still have DPE Mali mass change, right? Let's say they do nib here, okay, guys? So this is what I do. I go poly, right? Use these 2. Right here, you make Sunrise. Right, you make Sunrise. I believe this is the play. Then obviously Sunrise effect, you at least search Miracle Fusion. Right here, which is insane. So poly these 2 away to make Sunrise. Sunrise search Miracle Fusion. And now what you can do next is that you can even just go like here. Banish the Mali for the 3rd Mali, which is why the 3rd Mali is insane here. Summon the 3rd Mali here. You use these 2 right here. Okay, link these 2 right here into Wonder Driver. Okay. Because it requires 2 hero monsters. These 2 are hero. Now what do you do next is that you can activate Miracle Fusion. Okay. You can banish, of course, the Neos. And also the Sunrise here. Oh no, I would banish Stratos. Okay. To make Infernal Divisor here. Infernal Rage. Okay. This triggers off Driver. This triggers off Rage. Rage will add at least Favorite Contact. Okay. This will add Favorite Contact. And this will mandatory set either the Polymerization or the Miracle Fusion. It's all up to personal preference on what you want to do with this, right? You can set the Polymerization. And then this at least guarantees you have access to, of course, Shiny Neil's Wingman for the following turn, right? And then also in this case right here, you can, if you have another hero in hand, you can just go these 2, like right here. Summon, of course, Cross and Cross effect. Summon Malicious, activate Malicious, tribute itself. Search Denier. And then this is what you have like right here. It depends on what other hero that you have in hand. You know what I'm saying? But this at least guarantees you a Favorite Contact. You obviously can't play based on just 2 cards ever, which isn't the correct play to play. But I just want to showcase you guys like this with all the other 3 cards in hand can be anything. Then you can further extend. Okay, make Polymerization, make DPE, or instead of course searching Polymerization, you can set Miracle Fusion. But regardless, this at least guarantees you a Favorite Contact. At least guarantees you like a Favorite Contact at least, right? Shovel back Infernal Rage and also the Stratos to make, of course, Shiny Neil's Wingman on the following turn if you have droplets, or you know, like it just depends on the scenario that you're given with, right? It also depends on what other cards that you have in your hand to continue to like to further play, which is insane. But other than that, like this at least guarantees Shiny Neil's Wingman, right? Depending on what different attributes that you have on the field, you can pop. Denier, you can fully extend. If you're also playing Dangerous, I guess you can just make these 2 into Dangerous, which isn't the worst. This is probably just the best way to go towards it, in my personal opinion. Like, or instead of searching Polymerization or resetting the Polymerization, you can reset the Miracle Fusion here. Yeah, or you can set the Miracle Fusion and you can use Miracle Fusion to at least summon a Wake Up Elemental hero. It obviously depends on the situation that you're in. Every line will be different. You know, you can either set this or get access to, you know, like every line's gonna be different. But what I'm trying to say is that like at least this line guarantees you a Favorite Contact and also gives you like the most successful outcome without having to rely on too much of the different variables of different heroes in your hand. You guys understand what I'm saying, right? Like I feel like you'd rather end on something than end on nothing in this case, right? So that's why I decided to actually just go through this line. And let me showcase you guys what happens if they don't nib, right? Or if they wait to nib you for too long. So let's start it again. You know what I'm saying? It's just like the exact same way. Let me just showcase you guys this. Let me just go normal this effect, search Ferris, of course, and then Ferris and increase, activate Ferris, send the increase, activate increase, tribute Ferris, activate increase. If they imperm Baylor, chain mass change GG. You feel what I'm saying? Summon this effect, dump malicious. All right, so what happens if they don't nib you? You know what I'm saying? And then you go Ferris, banished, and you know, search this. If they wait too long to nib, then they lose. Like they just don't know how to nib correctly in this deck. And you go these two to, of course, into Inferno. Okay. Inferno effect. Reveal Shining Neos. Search this. Okay. What happens if they don't nib you here? Alright. So now you just load your board properly, right? So they don't nib. Also, this is a good way to nib too. Like if they chain, like nib on the polymerization, it's pretty insane if this is all that you have. You know, because like you're relying on other hero to use other heroes. So if you have other heroes, you can play through nib through this, right? Which is really, really good. So obviously, if this is the only hand, if they nib you here, it's also pretty good as well. So polymerization here, right? So I'm just explaining you guys the choke points of heroes actually. These two into Infernal Rage. All right, Infernal Rage effect activates. You can search, and that's why like the third Malicious is insane, right? Because you can further extend through stuff like that. Search favorite contact. The activates effect, tribute itself. All right, summon Sunrise here. Summon Sunrise here. Activate Sunrise effect. Search Miracle. If they don't nib you here, you basically have full combo here already, right? Then you go Mali. Here, banish itself from the grave. Summon another Mali directly from the deck. Okay, here. And then using these two, I make Wonder Driver. Okay. They still don't nib you here, right? Okay, sure. Then you go this. Banish itself. Summon another Mali from the deck. Effect Wonder Driver. Reset the poly. Obviously here, which is really good. Now use these two. Make cross. Effect cross. Summon this. Effect cross, tribute this. Search Denier. Like you're already like solidified like through this point, right? Like if you already have these, and that means like they probably don't have nib. And then you go these two. Use these two. Okay. The Sunrise to make DPE. Now once DP touch the field, like you basically they basically don't have nib, or they're just waiting to the end, which doesn't make any sense, right? So you go right, and then you go Denier effect, summon itself, put Mali to the top of your deck. Okay, very standard. Put Mali to the top of your deck. Yeah, put Mali to the top of your deck here. You have this, and then what you can do next? Yeah, maybe playing two Wonder Driver is nice. Obviously, this alternate route makes you kind of waste the Wonder Driver. So maybe play two is a goo, but you guys can use these two to make Dread. Still pretty nice. And you can just use Miracle Fusion here to banish, of course, this and this. Okay. To make Wake Up Hero. Wake Up Hero is also really nice. Okay. And then you have Malicious as another follow-up too, which is insane. Now what you can do is you can set this. You also have another Malicious extender. Now you just pass priority to your opponent. Be like, I'm trying to end my turn. If they don't have nib at the end phase, you just activate Phoenix. Pop this. Phoenix pop this. Effect chilling 1 Wake Up Hero, chilling 2 Phoenix. Wake Up Hero will summon Shadow Mist. Okay. Shadow Mist effect will get to search mass change. Well, I guess this way is better too, because actually, instead of doing that, before you do that, guys, just use Mali. Banish Mali. Just banish the second Mali again. Summon a third Mali here. Okay. So that way you have a Mali on the board. Then you Shadow Mist, search this. You go in mass change, search this. Dark Law. Okay. Right here, which is pretty good. Right? And then DP comes out here on your opponent's turn, and you have DP, Dark Law, your Decimator, and also Favorite Contact. You can go with this, pop this, pop another card here. They're under Dark Law. Channel Mist search follow up for the following turn, and then you're pretty much just Gucci to go, right? So obviously, like this line is very like weird. You know what I'm saying? If you guys can correct me in the comments. If you guys don't think this line is good, just let me know. But I feel like it just gives you like at least something, right? Obviously, you can't base your combos just off strictly just 2 cards. That's why it's really important to play your deck out a lot so you can adapt to certain scenarios. But obviously, in my personal opinion, you're playing against hero guys, that's probably the best way to nib. Right? So yeah, you still end on the same thing. You still have follow up. It's Shadow Mist search, which is really good. Not as good because like you don't have like Miracle Fusion set or Polymerization set for the following turn. But if this board sticks, like this is already enough game. And then Stratos, And you also have favorite contact as well. Oh, which summons this and at least pops 2, right? Non-targeting, which is strong. So like this is like your end board already, with just 1.5 cards. And then you have Stratos on the clapback, which is kind of ridiculous. So yeah, this deck is pretty neat. It's insane. So yeah, guys, let me know what your thoughts about this is. You know, I know it's a bit long for my combo segment, but you know, it's good for you guys to understand and learn different routes that you guys could take for the highest possibility of success. You get what I'm saying? So obviously with 3 Malicious, you can do things like this now. I want to showcase you guys more unconventional ways to combo. And you know, every line is different. Like there's obviously set combos, but the best way to learn your deck is not understanding set combos. Like you need to know, okay, with this hand, this is how I'm gonna combo, right? Because it's all variants, right? Like you can't just, but obviously with just 1.5 card combo, this is what I definitely would go towards. And all the other, let's say all the other cards in my hand are just like ass, right? Like it's just like no other extenders, no other heroes. This is kind of like the thing that I kind of would do in my personal opinion. So that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts about the deck in the comments below, you know, and check out Blake Hero for more combos, you know, that you guys want to further see in depth. So that's pretty much it. Boy Sam from Team Sam signing out. All right, guys. Peace.